Hello and welcome everyone. So I'll be explaining the Codechef recent um, starters 46 round problem name as army training. Sorry for that. Army training. Yeah. So in this problem, uh, basically you're gonna have to find out the maximum rating of the army. And how are you going to calculate the maximum rating? Every army has like two sections, the attacking and the defense. Now, of course, every army would have n number of soldiers, or should I say members, or they're going to consist of some values, AI. Each and every AI, it's going to represent the attacking points. And each and every value of the end soldiers of AI would represent the attacking points. But if you choose to make them a defensive category, then it's gonna have to have the defensive points, and the defensive point, it's gonna be counted by 1000 minus AI. Remember, AI would always be between 0 and 1000. So any AI, if that's an attacking point, you know what's going to be the defensive point. That will be 1000 minus AI itself. Now, soldier type, as you can see, two types of soldiers we can choose. We can choose a particular soldier to go for an attack, and we can also choose a particular soldier to defense. And finally, what's going to be the output of the rating of the army? The rating of the army is going to be all the defense soldiers points, you're going to sum it, and all the attacking soldiers points, you're going to sum it too. And after that, you're going to multiply the defensive soldiers sum and the attacking soldiers sum. The product of the attacking value and the defensive values of the army is going to be considered as the rating of the army. So finally, you're going to have to output the maximum rating of the army. Now, first of all, don't get deceived by the constraint that they've given. In this problem, as you can see easily, they've actually shortened the constraint down till 1000. Now you might think, oh, the constraint is so less, so this should be some sort of DP or dynamic. There has to be some sort of dynamic solution. Of course, there could be dynamic solutions, but you're going to have to try to come up with some sort of greedy. If no greedy is possible, only then go for dynamic way. Now, as of this problem, there is a greedy solution, and it's quite interesting and quite straightforward too. So what is that greedy solution? I'm actually gonna talk about that only. I've solved it using that greedy solution too. So the solution is, as you can see, in the perspective. Okay, let's take one example, right? Okay, let's say that our array is initially, this is the initial array. Let's say the initial array is 1000, first 100, then 300, 500, and 800. Now, the values could be displaced each other, but first task, the first work or the first step would be to sort the array. Always do that. Sort the array. Sort the initial array based on of course, the attacking points. Now you know that in order to find the defensive point, it's always going to be 1000 minus that AI value. So based on that, I've created another array where each and every value is corresponding to the defensive points. Now, that's common greedy thought is that the smaller the value AI, the greater the defensive value, right? As you can see here, the smallest value of AI is 100. So its defensive value is going to be 1000 minus 100, which is going to be 900. As you can see, also, the maximum the value of AI, the minimum the defensive value. So it makes sense for us to sort the array and divide the whole array to some partition such that one partition goes to the defensive soldiers, and the rest of the soldiers partition goes to the attacking soldiers. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We don't have to like brute forcefully choose which and give out whether is he gonna be attacking or defensive. No, we're not gonna do that. We've got a greedy point to make, which is the lesser the value of AI or the attacking point, the maximum the defensive. So that's exactly what we should count on. But don't just rush it. Like always try to don't rush it in a way that always it's gonna be like half of the numbers, half of the soldiers would go to defensive point, and half of the soldiers would go to the attacking point. Don't just go straight away like that. There could be some case where the multiplication will play a bigger role than you can imagine, because as you can see, the ultimate maximizing includes 2 sum and 1 multiplication. So we cannot just take risks out of the blue. What we can do is iterate from every index after sorting the array. Of course, after sorting the array, iterate from every index from the first till the n-1. Of course, you would always want to make sure that there's some soldiers left to defense and some soldiers left to attacking, not the whole array. So that's you need to be careful in this regard. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. We're not gonna be taking the whole array, because if I give the whole array to attacking, then none of the defensive soldiers are gonna be there, so the output would be 0. Ultimately 0 times the bigger value would be 0. So that's the point. We're gonna be traversing from the first index till the n-1th index, and what we are gonna do is we're gonna assume, what if we stop at this particular point, and we make, let's say we stop at this point and we make these soldiers our defensive soldiers and make these soldiers our attacking soldiers. So I'm gonna make, if I make these soldiers attacking, I'm gonna just add 500 and 800. If I make these 2 soldiers right here defensive, I'm gonna add 900 plus 700. And in between, inside the loop, of course it's going to be big of n. Inside the loop is going to be big of n. So inside the loop, I'm just going to try to make a temporary value. If I pick till this point the number of soldiers are defensive, then the rest of the suffix part are going to be attacking soldiers. I'm going to calculate the value. I'm going to multiply those 2 attacking and defensive parts, and I'm going to try all the possible I'm going to try the similar task for all the possible indices till n-1th index, and out of all these temporary values, I'm just going to take the maximum. That's exactly what we're doing. So if I take you to the code section, it would make more sense. It would make more sense to understand. Yeah, it would make more sense to you guys. So okay, let's yeah, there you go. Attack and defense array. Taking the attack and defense array, sorted them both, and then making the defensive array here. And yeah, this part is like for quick calculations. We're considering the prefix of defense and suffix of attacking soldiers. And for each and every index from 0th till, of course here as you can see, 0 base indexing, so 0 till n-2th index. Every point we're just multiplying the part of the suffix and the prefix part. As you can see, the results are already pre-computed, apart from the multiplication, and we try to find out that, yeah, like comparing each and every temp and then outputting the result. That's exactly how we solve the problem, how I actually solved the problem. So yeah, I hope you understood the problem, and a really straightforward solution. I hope you enjoyed the solution too. So till next time, goodbye.